So up next, we have a presentation from Parkway Corporate with the ASX ticker code PWN, an advanced industrial water treatment technology company with a key addressable market being the mining and resources sector. To tell us more, today I'm joined by Group Managing Director and CEO, Bahay Ozcakmak. Good morning.
Good morning, Jane. You can hear me okay? Thanks, Jane. Good morning, everybody, particularly to our existing shareholders. My name's Bahay Ozcakmak, Group Managing Director at Parkway, and we're building an industrial water treatment company. So I'll be providing an introduction to our company this morning. So during the presentation, we'll make sort of a number of statements that could be considered forward-looking statements. So encourage all investors to acquaint themselves with the forward-looking statements. So in terms of the presentation outline, we provide an initial introduction to our company, the problem we're seeking to address, which is water and wastewater related challenges, why we're taking a technology-based approach to addressing some of these challenges, as well as some corporate developments at our company. So we have a few slides to get through this morning, but this information is also available at our website, pwnps.com, under the investor relations section. So I'll fly through just the key slides for the purposes of this presentation. So we're a small company. We have a $20 million market capitalization. Our top 20 shareholders own approximately half the company. We're well funded at the moment, and importantly, we have an experienced team. We have a clear strategy, what we're out to achieve, and we've recently been generating some significant momentum, particularly in the technology part of our business, and look forward to providing a bit of details on that throughout the presentation. So to start off with the problem we're seeking to fix, so I guess it was good to sort of follow up from Pete's presentation. So I think we all understand the importance of mining and the energy sector as well. And these extractive industries, unfortunately, leave some legacies, so and hasn't been great in the past. So part of our focus is, can we find ways to improve the sustainability of these extractive industries? So predominantly energy and the mining sectors. So that's the problem which we're seeking to fix. Just in terms of, by way of background, I think we all understand the importance of electrification to meeting decarbonisation requirements, objectives. So I won't do the deep dive on that during this presentation. But that electrification process, of course, requires minerals, what's commonly been termed critical minerals, and we obviously need a whole lot more mines to supply these critical minerals. So that's those who work or invest in the mining sector would be familiar with some of these battery and critical minerals. So that's an area that's growing very rapidly, and we need a whole lot more mines. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of resistance to being able to develop more mines. And these mines often require a whole lot of water, and often, whether it's copper or lithium, many of these mines are located in arid environments, so they need access to groundwater, surface water, and often there's competing uses for these water sources. So this provides a little bit of tension from a sustainability perspective. So there's somewhat of a challenge to be able to develop more of these mines to be able to provide the critical minerals we need. And unfortunately, the legacy of the mining industry, not always, of course, sort of worked in the mining industry for a long time. There's a lot of great operators out there, but unfortunately, the legacy in many instances, whether it's sort of depleting groundwater, some of the stuff that's happening in Chile, for example, large copper lithium mines, or even just the legacies in terms of acid mine drainage, tailings, hasn't been great. So in terms of social license, we think there's a real challenge here to bring new mines to market. And similarly, still on the extractive industry is very similar in the energy sector. And I've chosen a few examples here, the tar sands in Canada and sort of a waste brine pond in Queensland related to gas production, in this case, coal seam gas production. So these are significant environmental legacies that sort of create some challenges. So from our perspective, being able to achieve sustainability is more than net zero. We need to be able to deal with water and wastewater related challenges, and we think now's the time to act, and that's what we're focused on as a company. There's a relationship between energy and water that is beyond the scope of this discussion, but there's some background information on the presentation. And if we look at sort of Fitch Credit Ratings Agency, they view sort of some of these water challenges being the single biggest risk to bringing new mines to produce the critical minerals we need. So this is a significant issue. We need more mines. They need to be more sustainable. We need to address water challenges. That's really the challenge facing the whole industry, the whole supply chain, actually. And from a Parkway perspective, we're developing technology-based solutions. We think that's the smartest and most efficient way to address some of these challenges. And in the presentation, we provide a little bit of an introduction into what these technologies are and some of the traction we've been generating recently. So these are all very large addressable markets. Unfortunately, less than 5% of wastewater generated by industry is recycled at the moment. There's some significant addressable markets. Whilst we provide some solutions to industrial and sort of municipal applications, our focus is very much the mining and energy sector. And we have a portfolio of technologies that's specifically suited to providing solutions to some of these big challenges within our portfolio. We provide additional conventional standard water treatment solutions as well, but that's part of our go-to-market strategy. In terms of our technologies, I'm conscious for the time here, so I don't have time to do a deep dive, but essentially we have a technology that helps us treat and remove some impurities from these wastewater, waste brine streams. So this is a patented technology, the IBC technology, and we also have a second patented technology that helps us recover products and minerals and reagents from some of these waste streams. So a beneficial processing so we can generate some revenue. We have a whole business model built around this technology portfolio. But I guess just to create a little bit of context here, technology is difficult, it's complex, but if you get it right on an industrial scale, it has an opportunity to completely transform how industries, large global industries operate. So we think the size of the prize is worth chasing. We've gone into this with our eyes wide open though. So I've been involved in commercializing technology for 20 years, worked with sort of many large companies to bring technologies to market. So when I commenced at Parkway 3 years ago, we very deliberately developed a capability where we can pilot, perform feasibility studies, and we've got global partnerships with Worley, a global engineering company, and an established partnership with Victoria University. So we can very quickly screen technologies, pilot, perform some studies, and have the capacity to deliver these projects. So this is very unusual capability to have in such a small company. So we think that's quite a significant and important capability we've developed. Just to provide a little bit of a sense of how disruptive these technologies could be and some of the traction we're generating. We recently, in April this year, entered into a landmark feasibility study. We were awarded by Shell, and I'd like to just provide just a couple of moments to give a little bit of a sense of how sort of transformative these technologies can be. So in the process of gas production, in this case, coal seam gas production, there's significant wastewater that's produced just in the state of Queensland. 55 billion litres of this wastewater is produced every year, and that contains salts, and there's no long-term solution for this problem. So despite it being part of the environmental conditions for the developers to come up with a solution, they've spent more than $100 million over a decade, and there's no viable solution. And in order to dispose of those waste streams, there are significant levies. So large captive market, lots of pressures, no alternative solution. So really quite a significant challenge. And this is a wastewater treatment plant owned by Shell, the largest operator in that CSG basin. Earlier this year, that operator Shell awarded us a feasibility study contract to perform a feasibility study based on one of our patented technologies. Once again, we're working with our strategic partners to deliver that feasibility study, and we're halfway through that at the moment. For a little bit of context, the feasibility study involves taking that waste brine stream that's highly problematic, reducing the volume, producing saleable products, and making that problem go away. So really quite a compelling proposition. As part of the piloting program, we have generated the products, saleable products from that waste stream. We've reduced the waste volume. We've identified a site to build this wastewater treatment plant with our partners at Shell, and really making some significant progress there. In terms of just to sort of highlight the value proposition for an existing scenario for the client, the CSG operator, they have to incur significant costs to dewater this brine, to dispose of this brine. And by treating it with our technology, there are still costs associated with that. But as a result, we generate products that we can sell and generate revenues that more than pays for the treatment of that waste and also forgoes all these liabilities. So really quite a compelling business case and really an example of how technology can be used to achieve better environmental but financial outcomes as well. That's a key part of our business model. I'm conscious of time, so I'm just going to fly through the last couple of slides. In addition to our technology division, we have a conventional water treatment part of our business, and that's a stepping stone to deliver our technologies. This enables us to provide integrated solutions. So not just the technology, but a solution for the client, because that's really what these complex projects require, a complex solution. The conventional part of our business is already generating revenues. We have significant operations, a large range of products, a dedicated team. So that's a part of the business that's generating significant traction. Earlier this year, we were awarded a contract to deliver a mine pit water treatment plant for a major mining company producing critical minerals. We delivered that sort of design, built, delivered, installed and commissioned 100% in-house. So this is some significant capabilities we've developed recently. All this information is available online, so I encourage everyone who's interested to review the presentation. And I guess lastly, we're generating significant traction. We're ISO accredited. We're an approved vendor for many large mining and energy companies that are ultimately the prospective users of our technology. So all this is a lot of validation that we're a credible, competent technology solution provider, being awarded contracts and taking those through to feasibility study, and hopefully based on those outcomes, delivering projects for credible partners. And I guess just to summarize, these are very large problems. They're only becoming more problematic, more ESG pressures. We've got a very high value, differentiated technology-based solution, a capable and competent team, valuable technologies that are strong IP protections, and really generating traction now in the market, both in the conventional and the technology part of our business. So we think we're really at the beginning of a very exciting journey to make those global energy mining industries a whole lot more sustainable. So apologies, I've flown through a whole lot of slides in a short period of time, but hopefully that provides a snapshot, an introduction to Parkway Corporate. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for the great presentation. I might just get you to stop sharing your screen. Wonderful. So one of our Zoom attendees has asked, so with lithium extraction happening globally, what are the long-term plans for PWN to enter into this market?
So it's something we do have some technology and capabilities in. The one comment I would make, I think this is a lot more complex than probably many people appreciate. Some of the most common sort of direct lithium applications are in geothermal projects, for instance, and I've worked on more than a dozen geothermal projects. I understand the space, but just overnight in California in the Salton Sea, for example, projects that were some of the largest US lithium sources are really becoming a little bit unstuck, talking about how complicated these brines are. So I guess for us, we're just trying to start off with things that within our immediate capabilities, things that we can execute. We just consider there to probably be inherent risks, not just technology risks. There's a whole lot of other complex process and commercial risks that I think at this stage we're not quite ready for just yet.
Okay, well, Bahay, that's all we actually have time for today, but I would encourage webinar attendees to reach out by the contact details on the website. But thank you again for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you.